yearbook at Paintsville High School along with some other classes. But yearbook's probably one of my favorite classes. It allows me to interact with students and go throughout the school and collaborate with other teachers and people in the community to produce something that years from now they have a product to look back on. So the title of my project was A Picture's Worth 2015 Words. We meet at the beginning of the school year. I let my class come up with different titles that they want the yearbook thing to be. And the one they come up with is A Picture's Worth 2015 Words. We looked through past yearbooks and kind of critiqued them a little bit. I just took over the yearbook program last year. And what they saw from looking at older books was there's a lot of writing, not so many pictures. So kids these days, they're all into taking pictures and selfies and things like that, but they want to see pictures. So they came up with Pictures Worth 2015 Words. So the reasoning behind that was just that you can look at a picture and it kind of speaks for itself. It tells a story. So you don't have to have a lot of writing. So when you go back and look through your old yearbooks, do you typically sit down and read all the articles? You're going to look at the pictures. So our project objectives was to develop the concept, understand how the yearbook thing keeps its consistency and flow throughout the whole yearbook. So what we do is there's templates that they can choose from. So we try to stick with the same theme, same colors, meet original deadlines and proof deadlines. So our cover proof was due in January. So we already have the yearbook cover finished with the company that we use. It kind of teaches the kids to be on time because there's certain things that we lose if we don't get the deadlines met. They go out to businesses and try to sell advertising, so they're in charge of that. Keeping records of the sales and keeping records of expenses. We have certain invoices that are due at certain times. We do different fundraising activities, just trying to raise money. One problem that we found is that with technology these days, a lot of people aren't willing to pay for the advertising in a yearbook. They do all of their stuff online or throughout the community. So it's been harder for us to raise money just through the advertising in the back of the yearbook. And then, of course, delivering the yearbook to the staff and the students on time. The yearbook is due first week of June. We finish it. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to produce. So what I spent my budget on is the camera here is the Nikon D3100. We also got a camera bag, a tripod. We got some different SD cards so the kids can kind of swap them out if one gets full. There's another like pod I think that we purchased, so different activities they can set up. Go throughout the school. We also go to the elementary school and do pictures and stuff there as well. Here's just some pictures of students working. I have one of my yearbook students, she's taken pictures. What we do is I break it down through the school year. We do fall activities. Each student's responsible for a sport or activity like a pep rally. Then we do fall, then we do winter, then we do the spring. So right now we're working on our spring sports. And this is just samples of some of my kids taking pictures of different things that go on throughout the school. Here's someone, we go to the classroom next door, has the computers, they log on to the computer program, and they can upload all their images there, work on their templates and their pages, and then they submit them to me. I can kind of critique them, I can lock them when they're finished, move things around. This is just some examples of them doing their work. Our yearbook website, it's Entourage Yearbooks. It's a company that we use. Can't really see this too well. But what I love about it is there's tutorials. The students can get on there. They can watch tutorials. For me as a teacher, it shows me when a student logs in, what page they worked on, how long they worked on it. So if they're sitting in there, oh, I worked on page 46. Okay, you're on there for a minute. So I can kind of check that. Then work on it outside of school. So I know like snow days, and I just got back from maternity leave. So it was great for me with my sub that I could get on there and kind of see and make sure that they were still doing what they were supposed to be working on. It also keeps track. It shows me on the sides here who uploads what. So you can go on and see this is just me uploading pictures. But there's all kinds of different tools that they can use and access just from their computer at home or at school. Here's our yearbook cover. So this is the front of the cover and this is the back of the cover. And what we like to do is just kind of collages, kind of show different activities that throughout the school year that kind of sums up a lot. So we have a lot of our student body is here. I think I was at the district basketball tournament, different like football events, things that they can look back, and it kind of brings back those memories to them. So 10 years from now, they'd be like, oh, I remember that. And we have the cup rallies here, just kind of student life. Of course, I'm a volleyball coach, so I put in a picture of my volleyball team there. But that's just a sample that we've already turned in. Photo uploads, what they do is once they take their images on their camera, you'll go into the website, upload photos. Right here it shows you all the photos, and what we do is we break it down into categories. So you have academics, and on my computer you can see there's like 67 photos in academics. I think we've uploaded about 2,000 images just throughout the school year already. We still have all spring sports to do and graduation. But we break it down into all the different categories. We have big Sandy Idol competition. You see cheerleading, FPS, and then all the different sports, dodgeball tournaments, things. So the student's in charge of, this is our student life page. They'll log in, and on the right over there, it'll say photos, drag and drop. They pull it up, and they can click on, they'll go to, I have a folder that says student life photos. And all the photos will pull up, and they just drag into, they pick a template over here, and so it'll all be blank, and then they're just dragging their photos into it, filling in, moving stuff around. They add different text throughout it if they want to. The thing that I like about it is if you use a photo, it highlights it in red, so you don't repeat it throughout the yearbook. So once it's in use, you can tell, it tells you what page you used it on, so that they know to go to something else. But this is just a sample of our student life. You can add text, images, all kinds of different clip arts and fonts. Here's just an example of our football page. So what I like to do with all of our sports, when you look back on it years from now, it's going to tell you, we have our team picture, the roster, kind of highlight different things that went throughout the school year for their season, but not a whole lot of writing, and then just action shots and then a scoreboard. So you know what the record was that year, kind of what they did, they went to any playoffs, if they won any championships, things like that. We try to do on all of our sports pages. It's just one that a student can work on for the football team that's pretty much done. I think I still have to finalize some things. This is just, we have a big Sandy Idol competition at our school. The student worked on this, talk about who sang what happened during the competition, and they just put in some images throughout it. So of course it's still ongoing. We're working on our spring pages now, waiting for those sports to finish up, and then they'll have senior breakfast and all senior activities and then graduation. So first part of June we finish it, we submit it, and then 4 to 6 weeks later they ship it to us and we get it to hand out. Anybody have any questions?